Each episode will just be an audio recording.
Take it back to the OG format.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Hit it.
It just sounds a lot better.
Do you want to do a cold open or?
Do we? Episode 100?
I don't care. I really have. I mean, I felt like we were kind of. I don't know if we were gearing toward the cold open. It didn't feel like we were gearing toward
If
the
we
cold
want to just
open.
get right to it for this episode, and all right,
Down for whatever.
all right, well,
Throw it in there.
recording, and here goes the theme song.
Play the theme song. We're back.
Taylor King.
DSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts about a guide until the end. DSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts about a guide until the end. Oh, we back at it again. Jay, Jeremy, Miriam, Ryan, friends until the end. What's new this week? That is our mission. Spoiler leaks, not our ambition. Call us geeks, come on now listen. Black and nerdy's our position.
Blurred boys, y'all know what to expect. Enter the podcast, we come in correct. Survivalist world, we coming for the throne. Blurred boys, survivalist zone.
DSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts about a guide until the end. DSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blurts about a guide until the end. Hey, 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 hey.
Taylor.
It's the Blurts about a guide. It's the Blurts about a guide. It's the Blurts about a guide.
That would, I think. Oh snap! Miriam, what if we came out with a Blur Survival Guide theme song? We got introduced. You and me got introduced to the Blur Survival Guide theme song. It was dead in the water. I knew what it was. I knew it. It'll make it onto the playlist, though. I think that it will definitely make it onto the playlist. Well, we've been trying to figure out what our walkout song is going to be. Like, we keep seeing these hype videos, like people coming in to like.
That's gonna be my last option for me if I can't find what I want to do for my walkout. I'll
You
do
know?
the Blurts about a theme song.
Oh, okay.
That is my last option.
Okay. No,
I gotta
If
figure
it
out
was you
what
and Jeremy's wedding, sure.
Yeah, right. Like if it was.
Yeah, what do you mean? It's
No, I mean, what do you mean? Yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna head out.
Well, I mean, like it would make sense because I mean, you did create the podcast with Jeremy and I, so I mean, it would work. Kind of, but not enough. Not enough.
I think it's definitely on the playlist.
Boom.
Hey, at least we know something. It's officially
DJ can mix that ish, you know.
Yeah, he's a good DJ, so I'm excited.
do a live version of it.
I feel you though. It should have got Ryan. Why didn't he get played?
I don't know because currently he's on an adventure that we'll discuss next week when he comes back.
Yeah, man. Hopefully he's safe out there.
Hopefully.
in the wilds of Cancun
Wherever he is.
or wherever he is.
Wild wonder. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hey, to a very special episode of Blurts Survival Guide.
What episode is it, Jeremy?
We've made it, guys.
Drum roll, please.
Road to. Where is it?
There's not a drum roll.
Oh, dang it. 100 episodes!
100.
Hey!
100.
Hey!
100.
We did it, baby!
Oh my god.
I don't know why we didn't make a special sound for 100, but 100.
Stand up. Take a bow. Take a bow, boys.
Oh wow.
Movement. Movement.
The crowd is roaring for you.
Ah, the applause. It fuels me.
That's probably one of the songs I'll use. For somebody's walkout.
Oh, what?
Applause.
Oh,
They got up?
Yeah, applause. That'd be fun for your girls for the bridal party. All right.
The rider was running a couple.
Half of the family might be happy with that.
Just Pony Place. By Genuine.
But yeah, no. 100 episodes, man. We
Don't put that in.
have come a long way.
A very long way.
Looking back at the episodes that we were earlier, it's funny.
We're taking a quick look back.
It's real funny because
I'm excited to hear this episode.
let me show you these notes.
This boy got notes.
That
That's how you know we've grown. We didn't even have notes.
that began like I'm pretty sure this began at that Waffle House meeting. The Waffle House meeting.
No, that was with Ryan.
This is before then.
The
yeah.
three of us. It was right before COVID.
It was a random conversation that we had in your car when we
Yep.
were all three going somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we said, hey, we can record this.
You guys were talking about doing a podcast, and it was like, fun fact, I've been working on a podcast, like
That's
with some
true.
people, and I know how to do it now. So let's do it.
These notes. Note 1: switch up host every week. We've never done this. We've never done.
What do you mean,
We've,
switch up
We've
host?
never done. Like I think the idea was one of us would host the conversation each week.
Oh,
Like it would like someone would lead it, and then like that was the initial
I mean,
idea.
we've done that back and forth.
Yes, but in a less formal way.
Sure.
Right.
We don't really do anything formally here.
It says
Truly.
intros in your fave thing about being a blurred / the culture for 30 minutes. That was the time frame for like the chunk
That's what we said we were going to do.
of our content was supposed to be 30 minutes.
Hilarious.
And then, but honestly, one of the things that had just stayed from the jump was the weekly blurb.
Hell yeah.
Weekly blurb was originally supposed to be 10-minute pieces,
5 minutes each.
5 minutes each. We kind of stick to that, but we've got more people on that want to
Yeah.
do it now. So it's kind of like,
So let's go from like 10 minutes to 15 to 20.
Yeah.
20,
Yeah.
30
Sometimes.
to-
we got a weekly shout out, and then lastly, a weekly survival tip. When we really wanted this like to be
The
on.
blurred survival guy.
Yeah.
We gotta do that.
I mean,
Season 5.
Season
I think
5.
that's an important element that we're missing for our branding.
We have
Season
not done
5.
a weekly survival.
Well,
tip.
here's my thing. I think that like a lot of our content is centered around how what we do gets us through. You know, like how like what we've like enjoyed or the examples that we have had set by us by the culture or whatever we've like consumed via manga, anime, comic books, TV shows, movies,
what have you?
that's gotten us, and how it's impacted us and gotten us through. So it's kind of like a survivalist
Sure.
tip, but it's not so much as like as distinct as like Ned's Declassified.
Well, when
You know, rule number 1.
when this idea came about, it was before a global pandemic, and then
True.
we were recording and we started making the podcast at the very beginning of COVID. You know, that kind of changes at least what we know about survival. You know, it kind of I think that kind of rocked our concept, and we were just doing this to survive and get through.
Big facts.
So,
Big facts.
in a way, the entire podcast is our homage to surviving the pandemic.
I love that. And then you hit the nail on the head there. Man.
Should I give myself a little...
Get an applause. Yeah, hell
You
yeah.
are
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, this man pulled up the Google Doc.
Oh, wow, our notes doc.
Our notes doc. Our first meeting happened within the first year of the Blurred Survival Guide podcast. It happened November 23rd, 2021. It was back when Miriam was back at the condo,
Yep.
all the way over there across town. I ain't
Yep.
naming names because we like anonymity.
We were at
My
we
apartment.
were at the new house, or we
No, we were at my apartment.
No. The first one was at Jay's house.
This first meeting,
Yeah.
so it was at my old house.
No,
This is the new house.
This is at the new house.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was. Present at the time was Miriam, Jane, Jeremy, and Nikki. Wow. Introduction we did. We talked about our 1 year reflection because we hadn't been doing it for a year at the time.
This is our first official
We produced 35 episodes at that point, and we had co-produced 3 episodes with other partner podcasts. So we had a total of 38 podcasts done
At that time.
at that time. So the first season is just an extended ass season.
Well, no, it's like season 1 and a little bit of season 2 because it's yeah, the 3 co-produced were the Blurred Over
Wrapped.
interview episode, Wrapped, and then the Concept Moon Studios.
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy from California.
That was a cool episode, man.
Yeah, we were really new. We did an interview with like a comic book publisher. That was legit.
That was legit.
Yeah.
We should do, and that was really what kind of spawned us like into the idea of like we should have more guests on, as a regular thing, and we started doing that pretty quickly into season 2
We did.
because we had Sharon Cox on for
We had Morgan of
for
the Lee.
Encanto, Morgan of Lee, Jade, your favorite Fire Lord. Y'all, know all these names. Rod
came on. Rod and Ryan,
along with Ryan.
Yeah, they both
they
came
both
on.
came. Oh, the first time Ryan was on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm looking at these notes like big picture vision. We wanted to do video content, which hello.
Hello.
We did.
Hi.
And
other video content like the fake trailers, music videos, and then those that we haven't touched yet, but we have touched the recorded episodes.
That's true.
And just other weekly content. We got 5-year goals. We got 1-year goals.
I have a
1-year goal that we did. We updated equipment.
Yeah, we did.
The 4-channel audio interface, baby. Look at that right there. Thank you, Ryan.
Lifesaver. Absolutely lifesaving. The one thing that we have not done yet is that damn LLC. It's gonna happen.
We working on
It's
it.
gonna happen.
We working on it.
Life's hard.
Life is hard.
Oh wow.
December 28th.
2021. You gotta say the date. You can't.
2021. Yeah.
You gotta say the year. It's required.
We reviewed our yearly goals. This is when we were discussing if we wanted to add an audio engineer to the group, which we did.
Hink, hink, wink, wink, hint, hint.
And future segments and other media. Let's see. We're still trying to increase our audience by 10,000. Working on it.
Y'all keep sharing this podcast.
Please.
I promise you we'll get there one day.
Please. Goal updates. Utilize Ryan's equipment. Check.
Hey.
Recurring guest whenever. Check.
Hey.
A fill-in co-host.
Check.
It was Ryan.
Ryan has done that.
So
Yeah.
we have a spot to fill. If you would like to apply.
And we also, we even talked about absorbing rap into the Blurred Survival Guide umbrella, which I, funny enough, named last week's episode was like BSG presents a rap podcast, because that's basically what it was.
That's
what it was.
It ended up being. It was right in the discussion that Colton and I ended up having was just like in depth, and we couldn't. I kept wanting to pass it to you in the conversation. I'm like, Jeremy, when are you going to get in on
No, I
this?
just
Like,
love that it was supposed to be Ryan's episode.
It still was. Ryan and Colton talking the whole time. Jay put his 2 cents in, and I was like, smiley face.
You were the alternate.
I was like alternate co-host that day.
That's funny.
We also talked about, Miriam, you would be producing it, Blurred Sport, Place Without Loud Port. Then we also talked about a possible female Blurred podcast.
I still want to host a female podcast.
If you're interested, please contact us at blitzbibleguide@gmail.com. We're here.
Right.
Let's see. 5:53 p.m. Jay took a personal call from JD.
Allegedly. This is alleged. I was there the entire time.
It is in my minutes. It is true.
5:56 p.m.
I moved to edit the minutes.
It's too late.
Same, because at 5.
No, they're history now.
Let it be known that at 5:56 p.m.
They say the winners
December
rewrite history, so we can just write it as we want to.
Like I rewrite it with not my
Yeah,
pen.
that's because it's his story, not her story.
Boo.
That's not what we're saying.
Did you just booby?
No, I was booing the his story.
Hey, you remember
I was booing
that
the his story. That's not
Remember that time you tried to get canceled like every episode for like a solid trend of episodes?
like a solid 10 episodes. It's like you can cancel me, baby.
The most wholesome man just went on the street. and
You
decided
really
to
were.
get
There
canceled.
was a solid effort. You were like, let me just say some outlandish ish and see if I get canceled.
I didn't, so.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yet. Wait, 20 years from
Yeah,
now,
that's
you're
the thing.
famous and they pull this shit out.
Jesus.
And then you apologize using your ukulele.
It's the only way to
Let me give
apologize.
you a 10-minute song about what I did 30 years ago.
Woo! Woo!
You can play Jay's
Oh,
electric
Taylor.
sax.
Yeah.
Killer.
Saxophone solo.
T-Swift. 30-minute song about something that happened 30 years? 10 minutes song
No,
about
I
30
was
years?
referring to Miranda Sings and her
Her
cancellation.
ukulele and she got canceled because she was.
And then she came out with a quote-unquote apology where she never apologized, playing her ukulele.
It was a 10-minute apology song about how she doesn't groom children.
And you can just stab her in her bony little back because she made a fart joke, even though that's not what happened. Do your own research, kids.
Anyway, next steps that happen.
Don't message adults on social media.
Please don't. Unless you are
And vice versa.
18 years of age and know what you're doing.
Anywho.
Alright, next steps from that meeting. We had to meet with Ryan before the 3rd of 2022.
Which I think we
Did
did.
it.
More or less. Get pitch for theme from Nick.
Ooh,
Nick
Nick,
made our
when
theme
Nick
song.
wrote our theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was season 3.
Yes.
Yeah, season 3 theme song.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Oh,
We're not laughing at that. Thank you, Nick, for your service, but we're laughing at.
that's the thing. He hates when we say it. When we tell him that.
And it was also in the theme song.
So every time he would hear an episode, he would hear at the very end. Thank you for your service.
Another Marbury production.
Wow.
We need him on as a guest. I need Nick on.
He'll be here in November.
For the
We'll bring him on in
podcast.
November.
We could do a podcast episode for the for.
We can do a plug, a Blurred Survival Guide wedding plug.
Yeah.
That'd be the second plug.
Second plug.
Yeah.
If you saw the first one from the bachelor party,
Yeah, it was there.
we did the plug.
It wasn't bad. I ended up listening to it all.
It was good. I told you it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
You were
thought it was
worried.
gonna be. He was worried.
He was
I don't know. I know what I said. That's what I'm saying. I know what I said.
I listened to that entire podcast. Those 3 days of us recording, I listened to all of it to make sure things that were said were appropriate enough. There was at one point where we were literally just watching an episode of American Dad, and it was quiet for like 10 minutes. You faintly heard Steve Smith in the background.
That's true.
Steve Smith solos.
And, yep, that's when Ryan came up and was just like, Steve Smith. I was like, you right, you
Are we
right.
doing episodes on Steve Smith solos?
Steve Smith solos. Miriam meets with Jade to discuss possible podcast idea. So it's going to be you and Jade that we're going to do the Female Blurred podcast.
Jade, I'm still down.
Hey.
Well, we
business
thought she was
cards.
gonna leave. Remember, like there was like a whole moment where Jade was about to be out the state.
She's still here though. New business cards. We had those. We need some more.
I can order them.
I also have Canva now, so I know how to do stuff.
I can just share it. I just
All of the above.
press order.
New logo design.
I did that.
Woo!
Woo! But we also have
Old logo.
old logo. The old and the new. Miriam will get in touch with Ryan. She did. We have
Clearly.
right. And then
You're welcome.
Update office/studio.
We did that.
We got a table.
We got a whole table. Got some new chairs. Stop.
I mean, listen, y'all know what happened. You knew what happened to our old chairs.
We kept popping out on them, so they broke.
Yeah,
We ain't light. We are dense men, sir.
it's true. It's true.
I think it's time for another update, though.
I agree.
If you have suggestions, blurredsurvivalguide@gmail.com.
Thank you.
Or on Instagram.
Or Instagram. And Blurred Survival Guide. Or the threads. And Blurred Survival Guide.
Did you have made a thread?
I did.
Oh,
There's Blurred Survival Guide threads.
cool.
I refuse to make a personal one because then I can't delete it without deleting.
You're right. You have to delete your you have to delete your Instagram profile to delete the threads.
Because they're connected.
Yeah.
Oh,
Metaverse, baby.
damn. Oh, is that? It's not. Is it all through Meta?
Yes.
It's all Zuck.
Oh, Zuckerberg, baby.
Oh.
He said, you want to
Fuck
delete
Twitter.
this? Delete all of it.
Dang.
Yeah.
Damn, Elon.
It's all or none.
It's just-
He really said Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah, straight up. Straight up.
Are you ready for our next meeting? April 3rd, 2022.
We're not going through all of this.
I mean, it's...
I mean, look, when I tell you there's enough content here for us to explore where we came from to get to how we went, the notes will do that. We'll tell that story pretty well.
Yeah, they really do.
But anyway, I think that we can venture away from the notes for a little bit and kind of just talk more about the different episodes that we've had.
Here's what I'll do.
All right, what you got?
I'll stay on the notes, and if something matches what y'all are saying about that are happen to be in the notes,
Sure.
okay. Because something that did happen that we haven't discussed yet, live panels.
Yeah.
We were at the Alabama Comic Con panel. We had our first live panel.
It was so good.
It was so fantastic.
It was really
Thank you
good.
to everybody who came. First, we didn't do that. We said we were going to do that at the beginning of the episode. First of all, thank you you to all of our listeners, to our watchers, our viewers, all of our survivalists out there. Thank you for being a survivalist. Thank you for hanging in there with us for 100 episodes and to keep on hanging on. Keep on, keep it on, hanging on, surviving. All day, baby. We love you. Yeah.
You said it best.
Thank you. Yeah, Alabama Comic-Con, that live panel. Legit.
First of all, like me and my boo
Legit.
thing, we got to we did like a little cosplay, which I love the photos from that cosplay still to this day. I was
Demon Slayer.
Urokodaki, and she was the Butterfly Hashira.
Butterfly Hashira, baby.
Which was a legitness. 5,000. I'm just going to say that. And then, like, really, I got to meet the voice of Urokodaki at that Comic-Con.
We both did.
Yeah, we both did.
He said, "Hey, I'm the voice of that guy," and we were like, "Oh, okay." He said,
He
"No."
came up to you.
Yeah, he came up to us. We did not go up to
Yeah,
him. He
yeah,
said, "Hey, I'm the
yeah.
voice of that guy," and we were like, "Okay." And he said, "No, I am the voice of him." I was like,
Oh snap! Oh snap! Yeah, it was a legit moment. It went real hard. Really though, the panel, like the people, the content that we were able to cover and discuss at that place was really just like a safe space.
It really was.
It was like it
Yeah.
was so heartwarming, honestly.
And like I said, the amount of support that we had, because unfortunately, love Billy D. Williams, love that his acting and everything.
Mm-hmm.
His panel was at the same time as ours, and we filled out our room. I'm not sure if he filled out his room, but we filled our room filled up.
It did. There wasn't a seat. Not
We
not
actually had
filled.
people standing. They were
Yeah.
like standing in there. So
I think like it was just like a really cool space because like we would just talk about our favorite moments in anime and like what people
and then ask the people. It was like,
and then like what were
yours?
yours and like do we have these shared experiences and
Yeah.
and then really when we were in high school we couldn't really talk that openly about like what our favorite experiences was, our favorite anime were and moments and stuff like that.
And
And now
everywhere
it's
it was
just
like the four of us,
it was
with
like
like
healing.
50 of our friends.
It was so healing, bro. It was like a really big healing moment.
I still got that picture like on my phone.
We need to blow that one up.
Yeah, that
That needs to get blown up.
That
That can go in there. That can go over here. That could look real nice around here. Right there.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm thinking of moving the Disney Blur stuff into my room.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes
all
sense.
the same
That
stuff.
makes sense.
We can make that like just a fan wall, maybe.
That'd be dope.
Send us stuff. Be on the
Put it
fan
up
wall.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take pictures of it. Put
Yeah.
it on social media for y'all.
Most deaf. Yeah, I'll empty that wall. We'll take a picture of it tonight. I'll post it.
I'm looking at like this list of episodes that I have, like just like we had like a whole bunch of season 2 ideas, and I think one of the cooler episodes we did was on black sitcoms. You remember the black sitcoms episode?
Ooh.
That's a deep cut because honestly, like it was.
Ooh, I'm looking at these. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god. Yeah.
Everybody Hates Chris, Bernie Mac Show, Family Matters,
Blackish,
DJs.
Blackish, Fresh Prince, man.
Yeah.
What a time. What a time.
Oh man.
Yo,
The crossover episodes.
crisscross, you don't stop. Yo. Like the actual crossover episodes when we did like the rap podcast and the Word Over podcast, or
Both.
the crossover we talked about crossover episodes.
Both. Both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Can't with y'all.
What was your favorite crossover episode, like with another podcast?
I love Wrapped because that's when like
That was an OG one.
that was an OG one. But it felt good. One, because we knew all the guys, Colton and Ryan were on there. Adam was, I forgot where he was that day.
He was present.
Yeah, but like just getting to talk to him about like our favorite like cartoon theme songs and stuff like that.
That's what the episode was.
Yes.
Oh,
It was a cartoon theme
cartoon theme songs.
Yeah. And
Oh.
yeah, and I mean that's initially where we got the got to basically like get to know Ryan as an adult too. 'Cause, I mean, we knew him in college, we knew like growing up and stuff, but like, as a podcast host,
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it definitely
so-
was the first time we were introduced to his skills behind the mic.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. So that's probably one of my favorite crossover ones. I mean, of course, got all the love for Blurred Over. It was a special moment to be on their podcast. We need to have them on our podcast when folks have
That's
done
true.
it yet.
That's true.
But I mean that exposure that he gave us with us being on his platform definitely helped us launch into blurred status.
Blurred society.
Yeah. Blurred society.
It is interesting how there's a blurred like culture slash.
It's like a hierarchy.
It's like a club amongst in Birmingham. It's fascinating like that.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's cool. It's also like a cool club to be part of because you don't really because it's so niche, you know. Like
Yeah,
it's just like.
But everybody comes from like all walks of life, but we all
Uh-huh.
love one thing. It's just the nerd, anime, cartoon culture, nerdy culture.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, that's one of my favorite things. But I think you're right though. Like looking back on the rap podcast and getting introduced to Ryan and like what he can offer and bring to a podcast and really getting to nerd out over some really dope theme songs.
Yeah.
Kind of just propelled the idea for him to join the podcast.
For us to kind of welcome away.
Yeah, you know.
Again, Colton, so sorry. I'm looking at that direction that he was at last week. I am so sorry. We love you. We did steal Prime.
Not really steal. Just politely pluck.
Okay.
Well, they knew they were taking a break. Colton was moving. It was all amicable.
It was. Well, you know, they say no breakup is ever mutual.
It wasn't a breakup though. They talked about it last week. It wasn't a breakup.
Yeah.
Y'all out here talking gossip about
know.
something that didn't happen.
Oh no.
They said what he said.
Oh, brother.
You remember that musical that I wanted to do? That still wants to
You
do
still played with it. You've played with it on your own, like with your
I read it.
show. Did read it. But you played with it a little bit with your villain era stuff. Like you kind of messed around with some of the songs for it, didn't you?
More or less.
You had some AJR songs associated with it.
Yeah. Still working on it though. Still want to do it. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I got my saxophone. I'll play in the
Oh my god.
in the ensemble.
But you're in it.
Well, where are we hoping? We've talked a good bit about where we've been. What about where we're going, fellas? What do we want the next 5 seasons to look like?
First of all, we gotta make it to season 5.
Well, okay, the next 4 seasons.
I think that like we're gonna look. I know first of all we're gonna reevaluate the goals of this podcast. I think that like we gotta look at like what the goals were.
It's about time for another meeting. And,
You know,
last
like, I
meeting
think
was
that
January
there's-
10th, 2023.
It's time.
Time for another meeting.
You know, I think that that's definitely in the future. I think that we'll continue to have guests on. I think that's something that a lot of people can look forward to.
We got the
LLC to look forward to.
Yep, we got the bigger guests.
Maybe the launching of another podcast finally under the Blurred umbrella.
We looking at you on that one.
I know. That's right.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
definitely something to look forward to. I think that like, you know, if we could
Amp up the content production.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so too.
record like 2 a week or something like that, like
Ladies and
off
other
and on.
nerdy things too.
Hey, maybe like a D&D campaign is in the future, like that we can record kind of like the Dimension D20 folks that they've. Wow, that's funny. That's just perfect timing.
Told you this is put on the it was just there on the yeah.
We talked about a D&D episode before.
A D&D campaign.
January 10th, 2023.
Crazy.
Well, it was thrown up.
Content we were talking about the season 4 drop date, which was
Yo, that's what we should do for Kat's birthday.
Record an episode.
Record the episode of the D&D campaign, the one shot, and like she could be on the podcast. It could be a whole thing.
okay.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
We'll talk to her about it.
yeah. I think. Well, you know, she gets to be the star of the podcast for the episode for her birthday. I think that'd be pretty tight.
Still want to do a blurred over episode? Bless you. Struggling.
The air quality is not great.
It is
unhealthy
not.
today.
Nah, it was foggy today, not in a good way. No, that was.
You walked outside, you could tell it was like, oh,
Yeah, it was hazy outside.
yeah,
It was-
right.
It was
that.
Mm.
It was real bad.
What else are we looking forward to in the future? In the future,
Jeremy's musical.
please. I beg it for thee. Yeah, no, definitely that. Definitely more Disney Blur stuff. Yeah, I've been.
What about death and
inspired.
destruction? I think that's all.
That sounds a little bit ominous, my friend, but we will see what happens. Grr. Anarchy. I don't believe in consistency. Let's see. What am I looking forward to in the next 4 seasons or so?
I'm looking forward to you catching up on One Piece in the next 4 seasons.
First, before you even say some, I'm on episode 826, sir. I am halfway through.
Trucking along.
Yes.
Trucking along.
I'm halfway through the Big Mom arc. I mean, by the time this episode comes out, I'll probably be done with the Big Mom, with Whole Cake Island arc. I'll probably, at this point, by the time this episode actually comes out, I'll probably be in Wano.
I'll let the results speak for themselves.
We'll see what happens. Because, my goal is to be caught up in time for the Gear 5 episode, which happens August 5th.
Okay.
I'm trucking along.
Keep on trucking, man.
I am.
And when you hit that subtitles, keep on trucking.
It's going to be tough, but I want to.
You power through. Put your head down, put your nose to the grindstone, and go.
Well, luckily, thanks to Crunchyroll, I have.
Bro, you got a luxury of so many more.
986 episodes.
So many.
So I have
more
until episode
episodes.
986 until I get to subtitles.
Wow.
I'm at 825
Okay, so you got like a solid 100 episodes
or so left.
Yeah, about right.
Yeah. Before it's all subtitles.
Treasure them.
I will.
Treasure them every moment.
You better go rewatch some of them.
But what I'm telling you, just for the fun.
Yeah.
But that 1000th episode, you want to come over for the 1000th episode? You can watch it on the big TV. I'm just saying, like, my 1000th episode was viewed from a hotel room on my tablet.
Ooh.
Which, I mean, personally, I could deal with, It's fine.
That was an awful audio bit.
Oh, you heard that?
Oh, that chest burp.
Man, I felt it. I was like, oh no. It was here. It was like in my throat. Sorry, folks. But anyway, no. I was just in a hotel room in Washington D.C. and I text Mary. I'm like 1,000. I think you got the Snapchat of it too.
Yeah.
And they go back to the original intro for the 1000th episode. It's real nice.
My soul.
It's real nice. It's real nice.
Yeah. But within the next 4 seasons, I will be caught up on One Piece.
Wow.
Yeah, no, definitely more content coming from me, coming from us.
I'm gonna talk some more about it. My goal is to watch or read more anime and manga that I can contribute to the podcast, because I think that I've been a little bit limited lately to the
Attack on Titan.
the hot topics, like the hot ones. Like I want to try and find some more. I want to go on a deep dive. Like there's they came out with Chainsaw Man, and that's kind of a niche, but not so niche, and so I'm gonna try and work my way down.
This is a guy on TikTok who does like he's about to release a anime, and it's like black main characters. I think it's called like 10 Pins or something like that.
Interesting.
It's like a black anime bowling.
I have heard about the bowling anime that's coming out. Yeah, that sounds tight.
So it's gonna be released in like Barnes and Noble and stuff like that. So I'm gonna definitely get.
Oh, it's a manga, not an anime.
It's gonna be a manga.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm game for that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna check that out. It's like the artist and the mangaka is a black dude.
Heck yeah.
So.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out definitely. But yeah, no, more content definitely for the next 4 seasons.
4 years.
We'll see where it goes.
We've been doing this podcast for 84 years.
We've been doing it for, this is our third year.
Third year.
Longest Mary and I have been together?
Longer? No, shorter. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess just a little round robin around the room before we go on break. Just one thing that you remember from episodes past, and then one thing you want to see happen in future episodes. And I'll go first. One thing I remember, I have no hair.
True.
I have no hair, and Jay and I remember our first episode. when we were both, not the one that I was on the telephone with, that was awkward AF.
That was a pilot.
That was,
talk about that.
that was an unaired pilot that you'll never hear, see,
pilot.
ever in the catacombs of the Birds of Papa God vault. No. But I remember, like, our first actual episode, we were both, like, leaning down on my cheap, like, microphone, and we're trying to talk, and it's, like, badly audio, so it's like you hear somebody on one side over here, one side over there. It is, yeah, it was awkward. But yeah, no, I like the growth that we've had from since then. I mean, all of us have microphones now. All of us have a good sound system. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, and then going forward, I do want to see, personally, like I said, a lot more Disney Blurred content, which I'm going to start working on. Fingers crossed, prayerfully tomorrow. And for the Blurred Survival Guide, I do want to see a lot of bigger hosts, bigger guests. I mean, we are bigger hosts. We're going to be bigger hosts. That's a promise from me to you to us. But bigger guests, I will, like, even if I have to email 15,000 times, I want at one point in the next 4 seasons to have a director of a movie on this episode.
It's a good
on
goal.
this podcast.
It's a good goal. I like that goal. I have a couple ideas now. I see
Yeah,
her,
I
I
do
see
too.
her Will Smith.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
My ideas are probably similar to yours.
But yeah, no, that's my then and now. I'll call that. What's your then and now?
My first then, Audacity.
Oh! Still use it. I don't know what you're talking about. That's how I edit the podcast, baby.
Man.
It sounds better, but I use it.
No, bro, recording straight into Audacity and having to send the Google file
2 to 4 computers.
to you overnight to edit, and I'd forget to send it.
Up until a couple months ago.
Bro, let me
Yo, like,
real deal, like that's
how like in it that we wanted to be in this podcast. We struggled with 3 to 4 computers trying to send a podcast file to one person.
Yeah, 2 guys, 2 mics, our computers.
And a producer.
Yeah, like
Also.
no, God no. I remember Miriam. She was there. She's been there from the beginning.
From the get go. Shout out shout out Miriam. You've been here since episode 1.
That's true.
Shout out.
I love
for
you,
being
baby.
our
Thank you.
awesomest producer, the most awesomest producer, keeping us in line from the get go, from the jump. Even when you're not here, we even have to say on the mic sometimes, Miriam needs to be here because we don't know what we're doing. And yeah,
I love you so much.
HBIC baby.
Woo.
Hit awesome charge.
Sure, you gonna say I love you, man.
I love you too.
It's like they married or something.
It's like that. And then
What's
to
your
look,
now? You look forward.
I want to do more interviews.
Mhm.
I want to interview some more people. I think I want that to become more of a staple and less of a special event.
No, I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
Truly.
You know,
A
like
regular occurrence.
I think that's what I want more of is like, because you mentioned directors, I think that would be great. I think trying to get some video game creators would be great. I think trying to find some folks who are, putting out, like, I think getting the person who's writing that manga, the Tin Pins.
The Tin Pins,
like,
the mangaka.
really just, I think I say this every year, but like, that is always what and it takes a lot of effort, no lie. Like, you have to coordinate it, but it still is worth it because I think that would bring more conversations, so therefore bring more audiences, therefore bring more listeners. So that's what I would like to see. Miriam?
Thinking back, I think I mainly remember having our first in-person guest. Shout out Jade, and trying to figure out the mic situation. And
Pass the mic.
Pass the mic, because we only had 2 mics.
yeah,
Pass the mic.
but also Jade being very soft-spoken in her first podcast episode.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's like, I don't know what to do.
And we're like, speak up! That mic.
Talk, girl.
That little Amazon, like, Prime Day $30 mic that I ordered just did not pick up audio very
Oh
well.
my god.
Those microphones.
They were so bad.
Wow. And we thought they were the shit.
We did. We were like, oh, we got mics.
Good, we got mics. No, now we have mics.
Until you know better, you can't do better.
You're
So
right.
we were happy in
I
the
mean,
moment.
the thing is, I knew better. It was just we had to get to a point where we could get those things.
So we were also broke.
Yeah.
We're still broke.
Yeah. And then looking forward, I still really want to start a female podcast. I think
Yes.
we get a lot of male energy in this room, which is great for, and
men.
you guys are very diverse in the conversations you have and in the guests that we have. But I definitely think a female voice podcast is something that I'm working towards.
We are all for it. 100%.
Full support.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will happily sit on the other side and let the ladies do that.
Let one of y'all produce.
Truly.
Yeah.
This sounds great.
Truly.
She won't let me direct, but maybe she'll let me produce.
I just said you can direct me.
Yeah. So maybe I can produce you.
Sure.
But we appreciate you all for listening. Now, again, like we said, thank you all for being there with us. 100 episodes. We're 100 episodes in, and we have 10,000 more to go, at least. We appreciate you all for listening. We appreciate y'all for watching. We appreciate y'all for surviving with us
Each and every day.
Helping us survive.
Helping us survive every day.
Facts.
We would not be here without the support of viewers like you. Family. Thank you. But yeah, we can go on and on.
We can go on and on.
Hey, what we're going to do now is take a quick little break and be right back with the weekly blurb.
Be right back, guys.
Nah, I don't like that. That's better.
It's time for the weekly blur.
The sound from her headphones over here.
You're welcome.
So thank you for that. Yeah, for sure.
Once things may possibly change, I don't know what happens in the next couple of weeks. My idea for the kind of layout in the room, if there were only 3 of us, maybe, I don't know, is that the thing would be right here. All 3 of us would have headphones.
And we can like talk around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Not everybody would be on camera still. It would still be camera at us.
But I love that.
Yeah.
I love that a lot.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, yeah.
Hell yeah. I just like that you're thinking about things in the future like that.
Future.
It makes me happy.
Future. Future. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for the weekly blurb, where we talk about
Stuff
and things.
and
Hashtag.
all the things. Get that merch, baby.
And I guess it is my turn to go first.
Yes, please.
Okay. So it's story time.
Oh,
It's story time. Because I bought
I might down this one.
I bought a new thing this week.
What you about?
Well, I bought a saxophone. What? I bought a saxophone. I have been thinking about playing an instrument for a long time. And I had found out that after my father died that he played the saxophone. And I was like, oh, this could be a cool talent that he maybe passed on to me that I didn't know I had.
Genetics, baby.
And after I bought the saxophone, I found out that my mother was talented and was first chair in her high school band with a saxophone.
May the stars align.
So she says that she might be able to teach me something.
Hey.
But
Did you bring
let
it?
me tell you, I did bring it in the studio today. So I'll play a little ditty for everybody.
I love Daddy.
Because I do officially know 3, count them 3 pieces. I have learned what a B note is, an A note is, a G note is, an F, and an E. And
Is this a C?
No, and I've learned what a C is.
C and D.
Yeah, I don't know what a D is yet. I don't know what a D is on the saxophone. So we're figuring that out. But let me tell you the story of how I got this here saxophone. Because it is fascinating. So I've been doing research, trying to find one online.
Right.
So I looked up, I found a Mendini online, and it's like a $2,000 saxophone.
Jesus Christ.
But I was talking to Miriam's friend, Julia, and she was like, you need to go on Facebook Marketplace and see if you can find one used that You could buy. So I did that. And I decided to message this woman because I found a blue one. I thought it was cool. I was like, let me check it out. And she sent me her address.
Okay.
So I tell her I'll come pick it up the next day.
Okay.
Because it's 9 o'clock at night. I'm in my pajamas. I'm not going
I'm not
anywhere.
gonna go
No.
anywhere outside my house after 9 o'clock.
So the next day, I messaged her before I leave. I told her I would meet her around 12 that day. I got there about 30 minutes early. So I get there about 11:30. I had not heard from the woman. I did not know if she was going to meet me. Let me tell you, I pulled up on the wild and wonderful whites of Wylam. This house had it was in the city, so it was country, but in the city.
I'm scared.
They had a rooster on their front door, like a live rooster. Excuse me, it was a live rooster by their front door. It was moving, and then they had some folks hanging. They had two guys sitting in their car in the front yard with the car facing outward, which I think we all know what that means. So like, I pull up to the house and I roll down my window, and I'm like, "Is Danielle here?" Like, I'm not about to get out this car, bro. Like, there's no chance.
No.
They're like, "She'll be back in an hour."
Oh, no.
I'm like, well, hell. I'm here on the other side of town, and I want the saxophone. So I was like, all right, I'll come back. I go to the bank, run a few errands, have a meeting for work, come back. No one is there. So I'm not sticking around.
No.
I peace out. I call Art's Music Shop on 280. I'm like, hey, do y'all have a saxophone? They're like, yo, you can come in, try it out, see if you have an affinity for it. We got a rent-to-own program. I'm like, well, hot dang.
Yeah.
I can figure. I might be able to figure this out.
Yeah.
So I drive over there around 3 o'clock that day. I get home beforehand, do some stuff, but I talk to the guy. I try an acoustic saxophone. I'm like, this is I'm figuring it out.
We called it an acoustic saxophone the other day because
Jay got.
You got a specific. Yeah. The saxophone that Jay specifically got is not acoustic, quote unquote.
It is not an acoustic sax. Well, there's a reason for that. Because I had talked to Miriam about getting a saxophone, and bless her soul, she said, yes, you can get it, but you need to get a mute for it because...
To be fair, you don't need my permission, but...
No, it's respectful. It's not permission, it's just out of respect for the house.
If I'm living in the same household as my partner, yeah, we're going to discuss if what loud noises is going to be happening.
Precisely.
At certain hours of the day, night,
Precisely.
Whatever. Yeah.
All that.
I get it.
And so I'm like, okay, let's figure that out. And well, lo and behold, you can't get a mute for a saxophone because the sounds come from the other holes in the saxophone, not just the bell of the saxophone.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as a result of consideration for my wife / fiance, for out of wanting to play this instrument, I procured an electric saxophone.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Me either.
Yeah.
Bro, me either before I walked into the store. He played it. This guy played the trumpet in high school and in college.
Yeah.
He played it just like he picked up the saxophone years ago. It was crazy. But yeah. I am now on the journey of playing the saxophone.
Being an electric saxophone player.
It's got so many different toys on it. It's fun to play.
Oh my goodness.
But
It's fancy looking.
I'll play.
Set your mic on the table,
Okay.
facing... Yeah, like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the smooth electric silence of Blurred Activists. Hell yeah. Give it up one time for the one time. Mr. Jay Williams. Blurred Activists, baby.
Blurred Activist, baby. You never know. I'll be playing, what's it called?
Careless Whisper?
Careless Whisper before you know it, bro. I'll be playing Careless Whisper before you know it. But we got steps. TikTok University is helping me along my journey.
Now, what's that song that Rick sings all the time on Rick and Morty? That's saxophone too.
Yeah. I want that one. I want to play a Grizz song one day.
Yes.
You know, I've got some fun ideas, and then and my sentimental self wants to be able to play an instrument to my children.
Yeah.
So that's because Lord knows I can't sing to them. So that's just where that is.
We love you.
I know.
Okay.
So hopefully one day we'll get to that point, but that's my weekly blurb.
Hey, so shout out.
It's never too late to learn an instrument.
Blurred Survival Guide Jam Session comes soon.
I'm gonna rewrite our theme song.
He not, but Blurred Survival Guide Jam Session coming soon. Cool. My weekly blurb. I want to get on a bit of a serious topic.
Yeah.
The writer's strike has now bumped up to a writers and actors strike. The SAG-AFTRA strike.
So many shows are paused.
Yeah, we will be in a world of reruns very soon. The last time both writers and actors were on strike at the same time was 1960.
Guess who broke that strike? Ronald Reagan.
For what?
He's the one that he.
Oh yeah, he was an
negotiated
actor.
the end
I
of
forgot
that
he was.
strike.
Yeah, I keep forgetting he's an actor. Even they joke about it all the time in every TV show.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan, the actor. Yeah. Wow.
Crazy, right?
Good for something, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he was a leader then. Still is a leader. Became a leader
Say
later.
he is no longer alive, sir. Wow. Well, yeah, no, that was the last time that both writers and actors were on strike together. Was 1960.
It's a wild
that
time
changed
now,
the whole thing. That changed television for a whole new generation of folks, and now that we're in an era of streaming and residuals are not as big a thing as it used to be, it is much harder for writers, actors, whoever that are part of WGA, SAG-AFTRA, what have you, are not getting paid what they need to be paid.
I mean,
they
these
should
writers
be.
get pulled onto contracts for short amount of time, and they get to see their stuff on TV, but they never get to see any
don't
kind
get
of
to see the
continuous
benefits.
payment.
Yeah.
It's not based off of the number of streams. It's messed up.
Well, what's really dope is that we are in an era of social media where actors and writers have a platform like never before
Right.
Truly.
to voice their personal opinions. And I'm seeing TikToks every day from actors and writers sharing their pay stub from residuals, and it being not even cents on the dollar.
No, it's getting to it has gotten to a point. It's not even getting to a point. It's gotten to a point past to now that we think, and just the general consensus, not just we in this room, but the general consensus, we as people, as non-actors, just people
Right.
who watch TV, thinking, oh, these are actors. They
Making
are getting
millions,
paid. They
yeah.
make millions. They got houses on top of houses in the deepest woods of Beverly Hills, California. When we now find out, and we all are finding out at the same time, they're making less than us.
The majority of the actors that you're seeing on your favorite TV shows on Netflix,
They can't even pay for a tank of gas.
I mean, not everybody's a star, right? Not everybody.
Well,
even those who are
I'm going to say,
stars.
literally, main characters, they are not able to pay for a full tank of gas because they're not getting paid.
the majority of the cast of Orange is the New Black, and the only reason I'm saying this is because I'm seeing it on TikTok.
Yeah, Camilo Glenn is a strong. actress for it, yeah.
They're posting how they were working multiple jobs on the side, still waiting tables while filming, can barely afford an Uber to get to set, and the residuals that they get from
that was Camilo Glenn.
yes,
Yeah.
she posted the sheet from her June's paycheck from her residuals of the show, which is every single episode she's in Orange is the New Black. She made $20.
Yeah.
And Kamiko Glenn played.
The one of the Asian girl.
She was. She ends up being Pusey's love interest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
her.
Yeah. Okay.
She's also a Broadway actress.
Yeah.
She does a lot now. She's in she does voice acting. She's in a lot of shows that you may not realize she's in. And she's talking about here she is from her New York City apartment.
Yeah.
Telling people you owe, and everybody's saying that we made so much up front. No, we didn't.
No.
They didn't. They don't pay you like you think we're getting paid.
Yeah, I would say a lot of actors have lived off of are living off of residual checks.
I'm definitely gonna have to look more into it.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's scary. I understand. I still it is a passion for all of them out there. It's still a passion of mine. I do want to be an actor and get out there, but it's scary on the logistical side of things that
Definitely.
just have to go that.
Well, and then Bob,
yeah.
what started it was when Bob Iger
yeah.
released his statement about how basically people needed to shut up and stop complaining. When in actuality,
That's the Disney CEO, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the one that we all liked and came back, and he actually had some good stuff to say at first, but now he's being an asshole.
another puppet,
Yeah.
because he makes millions when his actors.
He's making 400 times more than what the lowest paid person is making at Disney right now, and he's saying that we all need to shut. They all need to shut up and just continue working. It's like no, because back
That's
like
messed up.
yeah, James Gunn's brother, Gossip Girl, what's his name?
Oh, I don't like.
James Gunn's brother. He played Kraglin
Okay.
in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was saying.
Yeah.
Sean Gunn, he was talking about like literally. He said that the Disney CEO back in 1980, something like that, was making about 100 times more than the lowest paid actor, than the lowest person, or not the actor, the lowest paid person
At
at Disney. And
Oh, you're talking about the guy from Gilmore Girls.
yeah,
Yeah.
my bad. But
Kirk.
yeah, Kirk. Yeah, they're making like 100. They're making like 20 times more than the lowest paid person at the at Disney, and because of inflation and growth, the CEO is
That gap
making,
is widened.
yes, the CEO is now making 400 times more than the lowest paid person. The lowest paid person is still practically being paid the same that they were back in 1988. And you got the CEO now who is having he's having all these private meetings, and they just had like literally all the CEOs of like the big corporations like Disney, Nickelodeon, Viacom, and all that had some kind of like private event. It was like it's where the statement was made that we're going to hold off on this strike until they literally can't live anymore. Like they can't pay rent. And
That's that statement that's going around
yeah,
Facebook.
but it was like some private event that all of those billionaires had at like some function, some private event up in New York, where they literally like rode all their private airplanes into this private area. Like, yeah,
God.
yeah, it is a tough time to be an actor, a TV writer, producer, what have you. Shout out to all of the actors, to all of the writers, to everybody who's out there with the picket lines and on strike. We support you here at Blaze of God, and hopefully this comes to a very positive conclusion for everybody out there that are walking the streets, because I like TV, and we all like TV.
God
Yeah.
willing.
Yeah, but that's all I got to say. That's my weekly blurb. Again, the third and final time, thank you guys for listening for 100+ episodes.
Woo!
Woo! We here. We did it. We're gonna keep on going. Where can the people find us, Jay?
Well, if you haven't found us yet, you can
For
find
100
us on
times.
Facebook and Instagram at Blurred Survival Guide.
Yeah.
You can get with us on Threads and TikTok at Blurred Survival Guide as well. You can shop with us at Redbubble. You can get with us at our emails at blurredsurvivalguide@gmail.com. You can get with us at our personals at Blurred Activist.
At that Disney blurb.
And other than that,
keep surviving, everybody.
woo! 100 episodes! 200 episodes! 300 episodes! All the way! 500 episodes!
We're back.
Taylor King.
DSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blur Survival Guide until the
Okay.
end. DSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blur Survival Guide until the end.
Oh, we back at it again.
Again.
Jay, Jeremy, Miriam, Ryan, friends until the end. What's new this week? That is our mission. Spoiler leaks, not our ambition. Call us geeks, come on now listen. Black and nerdy's our position. Blurred boys, y'all know what to expect. Enter the podcast, we come in correct. Survivalist world, we coming for the throne. Blurred boys, survivalist zone.
DSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blur Survival Guide until the end. DSG, we back again. Combos, topics, fave top 10. Podcast fiends, go tell your friends. Blur Survival Guide until the end. Hey. Blur Survivor Guide. It's the Blur Survivor Guide. It's the Blur Survivor Guide.